After 10 days in the US, Raila Odinga's return to the country was marred by controversy as police clashed with hundreds of his supporters who turned up to welcome him. Police in a statement put the death toll from the clash between police and NASA supporters at 5.
There are no differences of opinion that are good enough for us to have acrimony around and spoil our country. The kind of ugly scenes we saw in Nairobi yesterday, very concerning to a lot of us and a lot of leaders. But I hope that as we go along, all of us in the country will find it in ourselves to preserve this country for our children and our children's children.
But in a quick rejoinder, NASA leader Raila Odinga dismissed the figures by police, saying those killed in the hands of the police officers was more.
But your courage and conviction came at a very deep price. Many who left their homes early in the morning with the joy in their hearts, but never returned home to their families and other loved ones. Others still lie in hospitals. This was the deadliest day ever since the post-election violence of 2007. And as I'm speaking, I've just come from the hospital and the city mortuary. There is immense sadness in our land for those who have perished. But to them I say, not a single one of you will be forgotten. You did not die in vain.
He at the same time lashed out at the directive by the Communications Authority of Kenya banning live coverage of political events, terming it as unconstitutional.
Our media is now forbidden from providing live coverage of political events. The last time this happened was when a rigged outcome of the 2007 election was about to be perpetrated.
He faulted government for allegedly unleashing terror on its citizens, promising to make a major announcement on the opposition's next course of action next week. Separately, former presidential candidate and Alliance for Real Change Party leader Mohammed Abduba Dida, he touted police for using excessive force in dealing with NASA supporters who turned up to welcome Raila Odinga on Friday.
We strongly condemn what has happened yesterday. The police were brutal and their behavior was really not pleasing. Raila Odinga is a Kenyan and is a person who is struggling and has an idea. All of us have ideas. Raila has almost 6 million supporters who love him. I think there was no problem. Supporters meeting him at the airport, supporters walking along his vehicles.
He at the same time cautioned the opposition against putting its supporters in situations that result in direct confrontation with the police.